Hello and welcome, I'm CuddlyJay, and today we'll be looking at a themed build for Berserker, and we're going with the character Guts, alright? So let's get straight into this, shall we? Oh, and keep in mind this is Albion Online, so we're going to do our best to keep this, as close to the Guts theme as possible, but it's Albion Online, so we're not going to get exactly what we want, but we'll do our best. So let's start. So we've started off with the carving sword. This is the biggest two-handed sword in the game, and it looks magnificent. It's my favorite weapon, actually. So, yeah, carving sword. So we're going with the heroic cleave. This swings, your sword around you, 6 meter radius around you. He does that a lot on the show, swinging his sword all over, and, yeah, deals damage to your enemies. Depending on how many you hit, it also gives you heroic charges, which will increase your move speed and attack speed for 6 seconds, and that stacks up to 3 times. Now, for your next ability, this depends on your chest armor you're going to have. Basically, pick whatever you want, alright? Just do what you want. I would recommend, I'm doing PvE right now mainly, so Parry Strike's really good for that. But you could do Splitting Slash if you're more into the PvP, PvE open world areas. It's really good for rooting enemies that come after you, or you're chasing them. Blade Cyclone is also good for one of the chest pieces I'll be recommending, so we'll come back to that. Next you have, of course, the Fearless Strike. Basically, you dash towards a targeted position, you deal a bunch of damage to all the enemies you pass through, and you decrease their damage resistances for 6 seconds. It's really good. I love this one too. And then we've gone with Deep Cuts for the passive, mainly because, in the show Berserker, there's blood everywhere, so why not just do Deep Cuts for the passive, because, yeah, inflicts bleeding. Alright, so we have 2 choices for your chest piece. This is the more budget-friendly choice. It's not as good as the other one, but it will be our first budget-friendly one. So, Mercenary Jacket, go with Bloodlust. In the show, when he gets into that mode, it just fits, it fits the show, alright? So, Balanced Mind increases all your damage as the passive of choice. Now, we're going to go back to our carving sword, because let's say you've chosen this. When you pop Bloodlust, go to your carving sword and put on Blade Cyclone, and then use that right after you pop Bloodlust, and you'll get a bunch of health back. It's just going to hit your enemies a bunch. It gives you a bunch of health back. It's the best way to use the Mercenary Jacket with the carving sword, so I recommend that. Now for the main chest piece, we're going with Hellion Jacket. So if you can afford this piece, go with this. You'll have Lifesteal Aura. Giant aura comes around you, it damages and heals you, and just so you know, this fits the show a lot, because in a lot of the, the show and the manga, and of course the video games, when he's in that zone, there's just that aura around him, and this gives you that red aura around you, so I think it fits the Guts Berserker theme. And then for our passive, we've gone with Balanced Mind, which increases damage, healing, and defense. Now for your hood, your head, we've gone with the Royal Hood. I don't think a lot of people use this. It is quite pricey, so that's probably why. But you're going to use this, ability right here. Growing Rage. It's a buff. So you're going to pop this, and you're going to keep an eye on your stacks. It stacks up to 6 times. Increases all damage by 4% for every 1 second. Basically, you're just going to let that stack up to 6 times, and then you're going to attack. So what I would recommend is maybe before you go into a fight, pop this. Make sure you get your 6 stacks, and then go in. And then the dealing damage will stop the stacking of the buffs. So say you pop this and you only got 1 or 2 stacks. If you attack, it's going to stop at those stacks. So make sure you get your 6 stacks so you get the most damage possible, and then go into the fight. If you're fighting a boss or something like that, you can always just run around, get your 6 stacks, and then start attacking again. So yeah, it's really up to you how you use this. It's kind of situational, but I thought I'd use it because, in the show, Guts, he has a lot of rage moments, so Growing Rage fits that the best. I just wish the helmet looked cooler because it looks a bit silly. Then we got the Balanced Mind passive, increases damage, healing cast, and of course our defense. Now for your shoes, your boots, you can go with Soldier Boots. Just go with Rejuvenating Sprint in PvE, but if you're doing like open world or, PvP stuff, do Wanderlust. It's going to help you out a lot more, just to get away from situations or to chase enemies down to kill them. Then we have our passive here, Toughness, to increase our defense. So for our cape here, we've gone with the Limehurst cape. The main reason is I had issue with mana, so I went with this, so I wouldn't have that issue. Activates when you cast a spell and your energy drops below 40%. So when our energy drops before, below 40%, it'll all come back with this cape. So I recommend get one of these if you can. They are quite pricey, especially if you've just started the game and you're a new player. So yeah, just do your best to get one of these, because it's going to put the build all together. And then for my potions, I just went with the carrot soup for health regeneration. I didn't even buy any poison potions or anything like that. I was like, whatever. So yeah, you just pop this, eat it, and then in between your fights, your health will go up quite fast. Overall, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed this theme series I kind of have going on with anime characters and so forth. Overall, if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps my small channel grow, and go check out some of my other themed builds. Alright, I'll see you in another video. Bye!